Today, I'm going to answer a question that may or may not be on people's minds whenever they're watching my videos. I am not wearing pants today. Now you have to go back and look at all my videos and figure out when am I wearing pants and when am I not wearing pants. I'll leave that one to you guys. Seriously though, what's up, guys? We're gonna do a news breakdown type of thing. I gotta talk about this. That's it. I gotta talk about this. We need to talk about this now because this is just like too much. It's crazy. I told you guys before, as I said before, I wanted to do like a 1 year later or like a Vital Brace kind of like retrospective type video. And I put that on hold because I knew this announcement was coming. We all knew this was coming, but like now that it's out, and also it's like everything else that's happened so far with the Vital Brace and its multiple releases right now, I had to talk about this. I had to wait for it, and so here I am talking about it now. So we finally got a English release for the Vital Brace. I don't think that was announced when I initially made my last video. So just in case if it wasn't, yeah, the new Vital Brace, or the English edition of the Vital Brace, will be coming out. They're available right now in two different colors. There is a black color and a blue color. It's a different blue than the Digivice V. It looks a lot more like a royal blue, kind of a light blue. They both have the DM logo, not the Vital Brace logo, the Vulcanite. I'm not calling it that. It's the Vital Brace logo. Thankfully, I didn't report on this too early because we did get some confirmation on this release and what it means, how it's going to play. So they did say that Japanese DIM cards will work on your American Vital Brace and vice versa. The only thing is the fact that if you use a Japanese DIM card on the English version, it's not going to just change it into English. The Digimon names are still going to be displayed in Japanese. That kind of data is stored locally on the DIM, not the brace itself. I've been trying to explain this to people, but, you know, whatever. If you've been dying for an English release, you're waiting, you're not going to buy any Japanese versions, which I know there's a lot of you that are doing that and want to do that. Now is your time, but the English release is coming, and it is, like I said, it's a thing that's happening, and that's pretty cool. There's not too much to say as of now. I will be getting a couple. I will be showing them off on the channel, seeing how they connect with everything else and how they work. It all should work. It shouldn't be like region locked or anything like that. They've already confirmed that, but like, you know, I just want to check for just to make sure. The blue version's coming with that Wolf Howl DIM that leaked not too long ago, which makes sense. I like that. It's a really cool pack-in. And I'm really excited for that. But that's big news, and that's somehow not the biggest news in this video. Isn't that insane? I'm sorry. So, the much rumored Espimon and Ryudomon / Ludomon DIM is actually finally coming out. It's here. It is a 2-pack. One is Espimon, one is Ryudomon. I'm so happy. I am so happy that we're finally getting a Ryudomon DIM. The X evolutions are getting more representation on the Vital Brace, thank God. Not only that, but the Legend Arms DIMs are real. They're here. Me and Azu did it. We complained and bitched enough for them to do it. I don't think it's based on us, but I'm very happy that finally these are coming out. This is a thing that's happening. That's just super hype. I'm just so excited about that. The rosters are already out there if you want to go check them out. I don't want to reveal them right here, just in case you don't worry, just for spoilers reasons. I won't talk about them yet, just in case you don't want to know. But the rosters are looking real sick. I'm going to talk about it. Sorry. Spoilers. I'll put a time code or something. Spoilers for the roster. We're getting Lordmon. Oh, yeah. We're getting Ludomon and Zubamon on both DIMs, since now all the DIMs have two rookies. The two rookies on the Ryudomon will be Ryudomon and Zubamon, which I think is a great pairing. And then Ludomon and Espimon will be on the other DIM card. And again, Lordmon. I'm so hyped. Okay, so... That's not even it. That's not the end of the announcements here. We, of course, have the full announcement of the Vital Brace BE. I think this was literally teased about, like, right after I had made my last video. I think is when this stuff started coming out and started getting teased. So I figured I'd just, like, wait to see when this happens, and also I got real lazy. But in all seriousness, this is super hype. So right now, I mean today, as I'm recording this, it is the 16th. So right now, what's happening is the Tokyo Toy Fest is happening. Tokyo Toy Fest is Tokyo Toy Show. It's pretty much Toy Fair, but in Japan. So Bandai rolled out the red carpet, Bandai Japan specifically, rolled out the red carpet to reveal what the Vital Brace BE is. some of its functions, and I would say a teaser, but it's just so much. But honestly, just a teaser at what we're gonna see in the Vital Brace's future. So Bandai is going all in on the Vital Brace and like how it works, and they know it works. It seems like the characters' watches were like a kind of trial run for trying to do this with other franchises, and now they're just going full force with it. And so that's pretty much what the BE is. So the BE was announced, and in the announcement they showed off a lot of colors. I don't know how many of them are actually coming out. The ones that they showed off more prominently are this smoky gray or black and clear, like white, I guess, colors. Both of them are gorgeous. I kind of want the clear white one. I don't know. I joked about it, but I legitimately might own or end up owning more Vital Braces than I do anything else in my collection, because they all just look so cool. And especially now with all these different releases and everything I've been getting, I kind of want them all. Like it's really cool. So these two clear, this clear smoky and the clear white, are the kind of like, I guess, flagship colors just for the BE as a whole. So they're pretty much doing what they were trying to do last year or earlier in the year with the Vital Brace series. That's essentially what the BE is. It is an upgraded Vital Brace, obviously, but it also has a lot more features that we wanted from the original Vital Brace release, a slightly different design, and it's also going to be just going full force, again, with this entire system. In the announcement, they showed off, there's 3 different ones out right now on their channel. There is a Digimon-centric one. They showed off Demon Slayer, and they also showed off Tokyo Revengers, which are some really famous anime at the moment, which is really cool. So we're going to get more cards based off of different franchises, different anime, which is, again, really sick. I like the idea of a My Hero Vital Brace. It's so smart. I didn't even think of that. Like, I don't know how I never thought of that, but it's really cool. The UI is different. There is going to be tag battles. We haven't really seen exactly how that's going to work, but we just know that that's a thing that's happening. You're able to augment your Digimon or your character's skills and stats based on how much training you're doing, which I think is really, really cool. So like now what you can do is like your character or your Digimon, whatever, you can now really train them to be a certain level that you would want them. Like if you want an Omnimon that's like faster instead of stronger, you can raise that now. It's a really interesting way of doing this, and I'm really happy that they did that because it makes it a lot more dense. It makes the experience a lot more interactive, and it makes you feel a lot more like you are raising and training something and you're putting the work into it, which, you know, I get that from this. I do. It's really, you know, fun and like rewarding to get like an evolution you really wanted. But with this, like now, after you get that evolution, you're able to like train it to be stronger than what it can be. And now I don't know if you can do something like train a rookie to be as strong as an ultimate. I don't think so, but it could still give it a bit more of an edge. So I like that as well. So some just base new features on the Vital Brace B or BE. I don't really know what it is called exactly. New UI. So in the trailers that we've seen, there's a brand new UI. So it looks like there's a basic screen that like anything can get loaded into, and it's like a green screen with like the equal sign, which seems to be like that's like the kind of the logo that they're going for with this entire range. I don't really know what that's supposed to represent. Maybe because like, you know, like you two are equaling this something, you're both working towards a goal, like you and your whatever you have on the watch. I don't know. We haven't seen any of the other like screens, so I don't know like what the other wallpapers look like that are built into this. I don't know what the other screens look like, but I'm assuming new UI, new firmware. That's pretty obvious. We have different buttons. We have a different type of cover for the DIM card and the charging port. Now they didn't mention anything about the charging port like changing, so I'm assuming it's still micro USB, which is like boo. I wish it was Type-C. Hopefully it is Type-C. They haven't really fully announced that, but I'm pretty sure it's probably going to still be micro USB, which is like, yeah, you know. We also have waterproofing now. It is IP, I think 1X or 4X, something like that. I'll put it, there'll be a picture here, which means that it's like splash resistant. It's not dust resistant in any way, that's what the X means. But the splash resistance is like 4, so like it means like, you know, if you're washing your hands and it splashes, you're all good. If it's raining and you're outside, again, you're all good. but like the way it's rated, it's not rated for like submersion. So like you sadly cannot swim with your Vital Brace. Big boo. I hate that. I'm gonna try going in the shower with mine and seeing if that will destroy it. Then again, it depends on how much of these cost. It's also just a little bit thinner. Looking at the bands and the brace itself, you can tell it's a little bit thinner. I think they mentioned something about 10% thinner or 20% thinner. I think it's like 10 or 15% thinner. Enough for you to probably feel it on your wrist, but not enough to be obvious while looking at it. Honestly, the way that the bracelet part, the silicone part, looks like on the bracelet, it looks shockingly similar to Erod's like design for his extended bands. Which is, I don't know how to feel about that. Like, it's like really, really close. Once I get one in hand, I'll compare the two, but they look really close to Erod's design. It's kind of creepy. The bands themselves are also longer, just like the character's watch. They're just gonna keep that length for all the bands, which is great. And they also announced that you can upgrade the firmware with an SD card, which is very interesting. Now, I didn't see an SD card reader on this. I'm going to assume you could probably just either stick an SD card in the DIM card slot, or there's something else in here that we're not seeing, or maybe there's a special like card they're going to give us that has like an SD card reader. I don't know yet. We don't really know how that works exactly. We just know that that is a thing that they have announced. They also announced that all of the current DIM cards that exist and all the current VBV cards, which are the character cards that exist, all of them are compatible with this device. Holy shit, if I would have bought a character's watch, which I was going to, I was literally this close to getting one because I really want to run the Kamen Rider DIMs. If I would have bought that, I would have been pretty pissed off because that would have kind of been a waste of money, because now we have this release which can do all of that in one watch. But if you are wondering, where can I get all this cool stuff? Where can I buy it? The BE, the new DIM cards that are coming out, well, you can get them on today's sponsor, which is Zenin TCG. Thank you again, Zenin, for sponsoring this video, and they gave me some cool ass stuff to tell you about. Let me tell you. So, first of all, we have the new Zenin V2 store. Brand new web interface, looks a lot better, works a lot nicer, and it's just made to have a better shopping experience for all you guys. And while you're waiting on the BE, you can also pre-order the new DIM card Volume 3, SPmon and Ryudomon, which we mentioned earlier in the video. They'll be up for pre-order. Check out Zenin TCG. They are the one-stop shop for all your Digimon needs, but they are also a one-stop shop for a lot of different anime stuff as well. So, you know, if you're hyped about this Demon Slayer, the My Hero Academia B cards that are coming out, get yourself some merch for those shows on Zenin's website. So again, check out the link in the description down below. I got a link for the Vital Brace B pre-order, the DIM card V3 SPmon and Ryudomon. DIM card set EX3 is still currently on their website. The Spy X Family Tamagotchi Nano and the One Piece X Tamagotchi Nano. Zenin hooked me up, so I'm gonna hook you guys up too. We got a code for you guys, give you 8% off of any of the new items currently coming out. So that's the Vital Brace BE, DIM card set V3, any anime figurines and merch that's currently up for pre-order on Zenin's website. The first 25 people to use my code Xanax8 will get 8% off of their purchase, but it's only 25 of you guys, so you might want to act fast if you're watching this part. Make sure you go ahead and click on that, make sure you pre-order, and make sure you use my code Xanax8. Thank you so much for watching the video, and back to the video. They also listened to us and no longer have any type of limit on DIM card storage. Well, not storage, but like they don't have a limit on like, what's the word? They don't have a limit on like how many DIM, like you can share your DIMs. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm finding a way to like explain this. You can share your DIMs now, which is, they don't lock on one device, they don't lock on 3 devices. It just doesn't lock at all. You can share a DIM card with your friends. They can pop it in their watch and just play it, and you don't have to worry about resetting it or anything crazy like that. I'm glad they did that. That was one of the biggest downsides to both original Vital Brace releases that I just really didn't like. No one really liked that. And it really inspired a lot of people to do some, like, you know, not so kosher things with the Vital Brace. So I'm glad that they're just kind of doing that. Now, another thing that I find interesting is they did mention that, like, while you're on walks, you can make new partners. I don't know how that's going to work. They haven't really shown that off, but it's something that they did mention. Again, I have no idea how that's going to work. I don't know if that's like, oh, you know, like a Digimon or another character that's on your dim card or B card will show up, and like you can battle it, and if you win, you can tell it to join your side, and you can just have an extra Digimon. I don't know how that's going to work exactly, but that sounds really, really fun. But that is something that they mentioned. 2v2 battles is another thing they mentioned. We don't know how that's going to work either. It seems to me like the new app that's coming out for PvP battles might be exclusive to the B versions of the watches. Different stuff like that. I just think like whatever the B is going to do that is different from the initial Vital Brace, the B cards will be able to actually take advantage of. Also, these new B cards will have like the new collaborations. So the My Hero B card will be like My Hero characters, Demon Slayer, and also the Tokyo Revengers, which is what they've announced. Most likely that huge wall of like things that they said last time when they announced the Vital Bracelet series, we might see those. We might see Godzilla. We might see fucking Winnie the Pooh. Who knows? I'm so happy about this. I'm so excited. You can store 5 Digimon on the Vital Brace itself, which is going to be really cool. So no longer can you only hold, I think, really, there's only 2 on this one, I believe. It's like 1 active and 1 in the background. This can store 5. So 1 active and then 4 in storage on the brace itself, which is really good. I'm gonna fart. I gotta cut that out now. Okay, 2 more announcements. The last 2 things that they announced are the Digivice Double V, or VV, which is most likely in the anime hero, or everyone is most likely going to get an upgraded Vital Brace. I foresaw this because the initial Gamamon, Jellymon, and Goromon Dim didn't have the full line, only had them up to an ultimate, so I was assuming that by that point in the show, they would get new braces and they would get new evolutions, and so what they would do is sell us a new brace and sell us new Dim cards, which sounds like what they're doing, because they announced that there's going to be a B card for Gamamon, which makes me think that this Gamamon B card will have his full line along with some newer Digimon on it. Which I'm fine with. That's fine. I expected them to do that, and I'm going to buy it anyway. It's really slick. It's the same B design as the other newer watches. It's not clear, sadly. It's a little bit of a shame. And it is red, which looks really nice. Black and red is one of my favorite color combinations. Looks really sexy here, and I'm really excited. Cannot wait to see this newer Vital Brace in action. Also announced a Digimon, or Digital Monster 25th. Now, this is not going to be like the previous 20th release or the revival release. This looks to me like they're going to do something similar to what they did with the Tamagotchi Smart, where it's most likely going to have an exclusive Dim card that is going to load in sprites that look like the classic sprite. Instead of being full color like the current Dim cards are, I'm assuming they're just going to look like the classic, you know, black and white sprites, which again is something that the Tamagotchi Smart did when it launched, because that was the 25th anniversary of Tamagotchi. Seems like that's what they're doing with this one. It's going to be based off of the initial, you know, OG brick V-Pets. I don't know if it's gonna be like the 20th where you can raise all the eggs, or if they're just gonna have 1 Dim card for the initial version 1. We're not too sure yet. All we know is that it's coming soon. We also don't know if it's gonna be like a retail release or if it's gonna be something like a premium Bandai release. But we do know that it's going to be using the Vital Brace B like technology and band, because what they showed was just like the 2 OG V-Pets, and right next to it a silhouetted band that's just coming soon. So hopefully it'll have like a brick pattern, or like it'll look like the brick V-Pets, like on a, but in like a watch form. That would be really sick. Part of me was hoping we would probably get like a version 25th that was like a brick but with a color screen and Vital Brace compatibility, but being in its own form factor. But instead it'll be like this. It'll be a watch, and it'll have like its own, like, you know, exclusive Dim card. So yeah, that's again big news. This is crazy. This is so crazy. I'm so excited. I cannot wait for the Vital Brace B. I can't wait to get the Digivice Double V. I just can't wait for any of this stuff. I believe it's launching in November. It's gonna be a long summer, because I cannot wait for November. I can't believe I'm looking forward to like the summer ending because of this, honestly. I'm just so excited. I cannot wait for this. Yeah, again, let me know what you guys think. Are you still like, where are you at right now? Did you buy a Vital Brace? Are you waiting for the English release? Are you gonna buy the B? Are you gonna wait for an English release of the B? What is happening? Let me know. Let me know what you guys think. And also, make sure you guys check out the links in the description down below and use my code Xanax8 for an 8% discount on your pre-orders for any of this stuff at Zenon TCG's website. I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching. Huge shout out to my patrons for putting up with my bullshit. I am so sorry I don't upload as much as I used to. I'm going to work on that. All right? Peace. Woo!